I'm so sorry, Frances, I had you on at the top of the evening, and I'm delighted that you're here now. And I'm so sorry to everybody else who was expecting to go in their numbers, but I had to fit Frances in case she had to go. So Frances, what fantastic delight have you for us this evening? Oh, I have to unmute you first, of course.
News. I'm here in downtown Ballybunion tonight, and I'm meeting a load of Murisheens. And Maria, do you know what a Murisheen is?
Is it a Murisheen?
John B. Keane told me that a Murisheen is a North Kerry bachelor.
Oh, listen.
And there's lots of them out here in Ballybunion tonight, so Maria, you might join us later on.
I tell you, I'm getting in my car straight away. Bring them to our festival. Bring them to our festival.
And on that note, I'll tell you one such Murisheen. Now, Binty Maguire was a cobbler. He lived at the back of the hill. And although I was only a child at the time, well, I clearly remember him still. He was cross and contrary and awkward. A civil word he never could pass. And I remember a hump that he had in his back from a fall that he got from an ass. Now, after school, many the evening I was told, take them boots up to Binty and tell them they want to be mended and sold. Now, Binty would turn them, he'd twist them, and he'd view them. Them things wouldn't hold the stitch. The best thing you can do with them boots is go home and throw them out the ditch. I'll tell my mammy you said they were rotten, and she'll be over to see you some night. But I might as well tell you before she comes over, you're in for one hell of a fright. Listen now, says Benty, I want none of your cheek. Throw them boots up there in the settle and call back around the end of the week. Well, on Saturday night when I returned, I'd hardly know them at all. With the tips and the soles and the studs and the teals, and finished with shiny heel ball. Sure, I'd be up early next morning, knocking sparks off the road going to mass. And the neighbours, when they'd hear me coming, they'd step in until I would pass. Now, one morning, Father Kennedy had started. Sure, I was a little bit late. With the noise of my boots, he stopped reading the acts until I sat into me seat. Sure, the memories we have of the childhood. But the one I remember still is the night of the waking of Binty Maguire in that little house at the top of the hill. You see, he was dead a few days when they found him. And his knees were cocked up to his head. And no matter what way they tried to straighten him down, sure, he wouldn't lie flat in the bed. So they got the rope that was hanging on the back of the stall door and they tied him tight down to the bed. Well, they washed him and they shaved him and they cleaned him. Oh, there was parts of him that had never seen the daylight. And Binty looked never better or cleaner than he did when we waked him that night. Well, the neighbours arrived at Binty's to pay their respects for the dead. And the schemer arrived around midnight and he parked up near the top of the bed. The tailor was telling ghost stories about all the times that she saw the banshee. I watched her one night, see. She was combing her hair, and it nearly reached down to her knee. Well, with that, the schemer had opened the rope and Binty shut up like a shot. Oh, well, no need to tell of the consternation that fell. Two big women got jammed on the door, and the schemer knocked over the table, and the two candles went out on the floor. Well, there's lots of memories talked about my childhood, but the one that we talk about still is the night of the waking of Binty Maguire in that little house up there now, in the top of the hill. Thank you, folks.
I loved that, Frances. Frances, this is for Patsy. Okay, this is for Patsy. I got it specially.
And sure the best. I love it up park. He says he says I'm in very bad form during the week. But we're still in the huddling.
That's it.
We have
what
the
about the
flag.
rowing? Did you hear about the rowing, Frances?
We have the Cork flag and we have the Kerry flag still in the car, but they're roars. Oh my God. Talk about, what did he say last year?
Run like a dog.
So, come on, Cork. Come on, the Rebels.
Go on, the Rebels.
Good luck.
And up the Kindle. Thank you so much, Frances. You're so good. Thanks a million.
Bye.
Okay, so now the